ready to rumble. Welcome inside a Bosstick Gymnasium here in downtown Danville, Indiana, as we get set for ABA basketball action as your Indiana Lions play host to the Ohio Kings out of Cincinnati. Alongside Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling. Thank you so much for joining us here on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81. Coach, good to be with you here tonight as we get set for a some really good action here of Indiana Lions basketball. But before we go any further, we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout for the national anthem. Back in a moment inside a Bosstick Gymnasium on the ISC Sports Network.
This week's pregame show is brought to you by
3, 2, 1.
Has the first dunk in the building from Aaron Joya. Waits, Waddell finishes.
And lays it in.
There is right now the play of the game. Better finish. We might see that on plays of the week. Great feed. The finish. Spin, win, 3, bury it.
Always love that rendition of the national anthem by Whitney Houston at the 1994 Super Bowl. Back here inside of Bosstick Gymnasium alongside Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling. Coach, good to be with you here once again for some ABA action with the Indiana Lions.
Glad to be here. Looking forward to an up-tempo type basketball game with both teams.
Of course, these teams now getting set to take each other on as the Indiana Lions trying to snap a 3-game losing streak coming into today. Meanwhile, the Ohio Kings playing at not as many games on their schedule. They are 2-0 coming into this contest after they had last played against the Naptown Pros. That was on the road back on November 19th. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's contest, starting with the Ohio Kings. They're going to be going with Virgil Lackey as well as Kevin Lewis, Vonnie Irvin, as well as Jermaine Major and Muhammad Fall. Muhammad Fall also a former Indiana Lions basketball player. Now let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Indiana Lions. Going to be going with a little bit of a different lineup here tonight, Coach. You have Mike Pugh going along with Dylan Ware, Alex Brown, Jordan Heidelberg, and Jared Campbell. Some notable omissions, Scooty Walker, as well as Eric Messer.
Yes, I see the lineup has changed a little bit. I think he's going with speed with Heidelberg. He's trying to get off to a good start. His last couple times they played, they started off kind of slow. Heidelberg is an energy type of player.
So getting set to go here as the Indiana Lions under the tutelage of Jamar Kegler in his first year as the head coach here of the Indiana Lions. The Ohio Kings under Lannis Timmons. As you get a good look there at Dylan Ware, the hometown favorite here from Danville, Indiana, played his high school ball here. And of course we have the officials tonight as well. Going to be Kenya Jones, Tracy Harris, and Bernard Weatherly. So here we go, the traditional red, white, and blue ABA basketball, an homage to the original ABA from back in the late 60s and early 70s. We're underway here inside of Bosstick Gymnasium.
The Lions have new uniforms on. I haven't seen these before.
Going with the kind of dark blue here, as you see Mike Pugh getting things going right out of the gate there for the Indiana Lions.
That's a nice attack by Mike Pugh.
In Pugh, 13 points per contest here this season. And a quick shot by the Kings. Doesn't go. A long pass down low in stride, trying to hit Alex Brown of the Lions, and it comes up a little short.
It's a good rebound by number 4, Kevin Lewis.
Into the corner, Irvin for the Kings. He's just going to unload a 3 there, and he's off the mark a little short. And here you see the big man, Gerald Campbell, going to be bringing it up court himself. He is certainly a fun player to watch.
Yes, Campbell was the glue to the Lions.
And he comes up short on his baseline jumper.
And Campbell works very hard on both ends.
Irvin going
Nice
coast to
step.
coast. And this will be the first foul of the ball game here. Going to be likely against Alex Brown here, picking up his first. And again, an interesting rule to be aware of course, you don't foul out in the ABA. But after 6 fouls, you get an extra free throw to the player that you've offended. And first points are through the bucket there for Vonnie Irwin to get things moving here for the Ohio Kings. And he's 2 for 2.
I'm looking for a big game from number 4, Dylan Ware, as well. He's a hometown kid. Looking for a big game from him.
He's the returning leading rebounder from a season ago for the Lions. Here's Pugh. He dumps it back out here to Campbell. Into the corner here, Ware. And trying to feed it inside to Alex Brown, who's getting his first start of the season here in the lineup for the Lions. Nothing doing there. Along the baseline. And nice slap there by Brown.
3-pointer. And
it doesn't go there for the Kings. Quick in transition come the Lions, and Ware lays it in.
That was a nice layup by Ware. Even better pass by Mr. Brown.
Bringing it up court now, here is Kevin Lewis, one of the returning players for this Ohio Kings roster from a season ago. His 3 rattles in and out. They have yet to get a field goal here in the first one. Here's Heidelberg. Some nice ball movement inside. Spin around jumper a little too strong from Brown.
Yeah, I like to see Brown get a little closer to the basket. He's a 7-footer.
In the corner, 3 on the way here for the Kings. That was Major, nothing there. Here comes Campbell, flying down court, right down the lane, and lays it in.
Campbell was not giving the ball up. He was going all the way, coast to coast.
Campbell, again, one of the leading scorers, played his pro ball in Lebanon and Beirut before coming back to the States to play for the Chicago Steam, and now in his 4th season here with the Lions.
Good help defense.
Steal by Dylan Ware. Pugh, no look pass down inside to Brown. He tried to get a foul there on the Kings, nothing called, and back the other way we go.
I think Brown just lost his footing.
And the follow-up bucket there by Muhammad Fall, who played a couple seasons ago for the Indiana Lions. Heidelberg somehow gets into the hands of Alex Brown, and he gets his first field goal. 4 different players for the Lions have scored so far.
Good job by Alex Brown rolling to the basket.
Here's Muhammad Fall. Gets it outside now to Major for 3, and he hits.
Nice 3-pointer by Mr. Major.
Again, the Ohio Kings, they haven't lost a game yet this season out of the 2 they played against the Ohio Bruins and the Naptown Pros, but they have not played in nearly a month. As Ware's pass goes out of bounds, but we may have a foul before it went out of bounds.
It's real physical inside.
And we're going to get, couldn't quite see who the foul was on.
I believe it was on Alex Brown. Got a timeout.
And now a timeout going to be taken on the floor here. As you see, take a look at the replay. They'll definitely get Alex Brown for that one. That'll be his 2nd foul of the ball game. Media timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. Back in a moment here on the ISC Sports Network.
Please welcome one of our newest sponsors, City Barbecue. City Barbecue is out in Avon. They offer so many things like sides, ribs, sandwiches, desserts, and they have so many things that are made every day for you to come in and try them. He has so many good things that are freshly made. So if you're looking for a place where you and the family can go and have a good little dinner after the game, if you don't feel like cooking, come on down to City Barbecue and tell them the Indiana Lions sent you, and just try everything. Try everything on the menu. Just start from the top to the bottom and just let them know what you feel about it. Give them a nice review, like them on Facebook. And if you never tried it, you got to get there soon. Thanks City Barbecue for everything. They have drinks, guys. Remember, you can go in and get drinks, and they even have curbside assistance. So if you order it, you don't even have to go in. You could just send someone in to get the food, or you can go in and get it yourself. So stop on by again at City Barbecue. Thanks for being a sponsor.
So far, so good for the Indiana Lions, led off there by Mike Pugh, and some solid defense as well, but the Kings sticking with them. Welcome back here on the ISC Sports Network alongside Antoine Wynn. I'm Kurt Darling. Antoine, your thoughts on this first couple of minutes or so?
It looks like both teams are trying to fill each other out at the moment. I like to see, again, I believe the Lions have the better players, and they're very physical inside. I like to see them go more inside.
4 different players for the Lions have made a bucket. And now the Lions trying to keep the lead here in the early going. Brown into the corner, Ware. And now we have a whistle, and it's going to be a turnover here by the Lions. Looked like it maybe Ware had stepped out of bounds there as he was getting the pass back out up top.
Heidelberg is putting a lot of pressure on the guards from Ohio.
Outside now here to Major. He unloads another 3, and this time it's through the iron. He's 2 for 2 from behind the arc now.
Major has a smooth silk shot.
A quick 6 points for him. Campbell looking for help. He finds it in Dylan Ware. He leaves it underneath now for Brown, and he gets fouled going up for that shot.
It's good to see Brown being aggressive. He's normally a slow starter, but he's getting involved early in the game.
So they're going to get Virgil Lackey for his first foul of the ball game. That's the first, or rather the second, here on Ohio. So here is Alex Brown at the line. Again, averaging 15 points a contest a season ago as he misses his first one. Played some pro ball in the Dominican Republic as well as France and China before coming back here to play in the ABA. And Brown misses both free throws right there. And trying to get back up there again, Heidelberg, but getting some pressure.
Heidelberg second got a rebound.
Here's Major, wide open along the baseline.
Yeah, I like Major's game. He's got an inside and outside game.
So now it's a quick 5-0 run here by Ohio to get their first lead. Here's Campbell. Underneath to Ware, and he gets pushed in the back there by the big man, Darrell Dominic, who's into the ball game for Ohio.
I like to see Campbell get more on the block and run the offense from the block instead of running from the top. He's more effective when he's on the block.
So that's Dominic's first foul of the ball game, team's third.
A lot of pushing. They got to get control of the game.
So the officials having to interject here before we continue play here. They're going to let the players kind of sort it out amongst themselves here, as you can see.
I see longtime official Tracy Harris is holding the basketball, allowing him to get established.
There you see Campbell. He's kind of directing some traffic here at the moment as they try to get everybody lined up to run the play.
Everybody's jockeying for position.
So everyone lined up. Inbound comes to Pugh. And here's Campbell unloading from deep, a little too strong. Irwin across midcourt. No look pass outside. Three and a jumper on the way from the elbow from Muhammad Fall. Heidelberg pulls up from right at the wing, just off the mark. And Brown will reset the offense here for Indiana. In the corner. 2 shots in a row don't fall for the Lions.
They'll give Brown that shot all day long.
The Lions haven't scored a bucket here in the last couple minutes or so. Dominic working hard there on Brown. Tipped back outside there by Brown. Picked up here by Fall. And his shot rattles in and out. Here comes Pugh flying down the court, right down the lane again.
Pugh is a strong physical guard. They can play through contact.
4 early points now for Mike Pugh. Working up top right now is Kevin Lewis. Dominic, big man on big man. Outside, again, another 3 goes for Major, and that's off the mark.
That was Major's first miss.
Heidelberg. Now up top, trying to feed it down low here to Campbell. He works inside on Fall, his former teammate. And they're not going to give him continuation there, but he does get a foul here on Muhammad Fall.
That's where he's most effective, on the block.
Take a look at this drive again here by Mike Pugh.
Yeah, Mike's looked for contact, plays through it.
And a steal on the inbound here by Lewis. And Heidelberg getting some pressure there on Lewis as he falls to the ground. And Heidelberg checking to see if he was okay. And that'll be Heidelberg's first foul.
So I don't know if he lost his footing or if he pushed him. I can't tell.
And so this will get a fresh offensive set here for the Ohio Kings. Again, a 24-second shot clock here in the ABA, just like you see in the NBA. Working inside is Irvin. Off the glass and off the mark. Ware unable to come down with
Blocked
the
by
rebound.
Brown.
And Brown gets a hand on it, but they may get a foul as well. We'll see. It may actually just gets tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay here with the Kings.
I think Campbell may have got a piece of that as well.
So Kevin Lewis going to set things up again here for the Kings. Major unloads it. Nothing there. A big rebound by Campbell. Pugh pushes it up ahead now to Heidelberg. And just getting a finger on it there was Jermaine Taylor. And they'll say it was off of Taylor. They'll stay with the Lions here.
Got a sub coming in.
And this will be Kendrick Lee coming in here for the Indiana Lions.
Kendrick Lee is another physical, strong guard for the Lions that can score pretty good.
He's also a local player, came from Brownsburg. And a 3 for Mike Pugh. That was certainly a big shot right there to cut it back to a 1-point deficit.
Absolutely.
Trying to answer here is Vonnie Irvin. Nothing doing, but Dominic's there for a big offensive rebound.
Number 42 for the Ohio Kings. He's very physical as well.
That's Terrell Dominic. Playing down low here, one-on-one with Brown this time. Pugh trying again from deep. Nothing there. Campbell with a big rebound. Some nice ball movement. Campbell again is short. Hard rebound again by Ware. And a dunk inside by Brown.
Got it.
And they're going to give him the and one as well.
That was some nice passing.
What a play there. Some excellent ball movement here by everybody with the Lions. Pugh just handed it off underneath.
Sure did.
No look handoff with that as well. And a timeout going to be taken here by the Indiana Lions. And it'll be their first timeout here of the ball game. So while we have a moment, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Kingdom Entrepreneurs. Our mission is to develop a body of professionals that share resources, skills, and talents to help realize the vision and success of each business owner within the community. We will further help motivate and encourage those who have a desire to be an entrepreneur but don't know how to start or where to start to a path of success. Visit us on Instagram at _Kingdom_entrepreneurs. Once again, alongside Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling here, Coach. If you're Coach Kegler right now, what are you telling the Indiana Lions right now?
Well, I'm telling them to go down low, look for the big guys, get the big guys involved, and shoot mid-range shots. They're doing a lot of when this A lot of traffic in the paint. They're doing a lot of going all the way in trying to lay it up. Mid-range game is right there. So try your mid-range game and share the basketball like they did in this last play.
There you also see Indiana Lions former coach and owner Tyrone Brown getting some 2 cents in there on the lineup for the Indiana Lions. Of course, Tyrone Brown a season ago led this team to an 18-8 record and a North Central Region championship. Certainly doing a lot to try and grow this franchise into a more successful one than he's already made it. So out of the timeout here, it's going to be an and-one opportunity for Alex Brown off of a very theatric dunk off an assist from Mike Pugh. But it does not go there, so Alex Brown 0 for 3 at the charity stripe here in this ball game.
Yeah, the Lions as a team, they don't shoot free throws very well as a team.
Pass underneath, trying to get it there was Muhammad Fall. Can't get the shot to go. And Pugh has to pump the brakes and set up the offense in the corner. Ware, nice running hook shot. Looking like Wilt the Stilt right there.
That was nice by Dylan Ware.
Lions reclaim the lead here.
Very nice.
Nice running jump shot and scoop right there by Vonnie Irwin. That's his first field goal here of this ball game. Back and forth we go here in the early going. Pugh almost loses the handle on that and gets it back up top to Dylan Ware. Ware,
Nice.
give and go jump shot doesn't fall. Irvin between Lewis. Bounce pass on the backdoor cut. That's Terrell Dominic for his 4th point. Kendrick Lee gives it back off to Ware. He works inside again. Kicks it back out here to the big man Campbell. Campbell goes east to west, and Ware there for the follow-up putback.
Nice follow-up by Ware.
He now has 6 points. Now into the ball game is
Good block by Brown.
as Lee pushes it up court. Leaves it underneath for Brown, and he gets his own rebound and putback.
I thought he was going to dunk the basketball.
That would have been his second one. Here's C.J. Rhodes now for Ohio. Gets it back outside to Terrell Dominic. 3 ball again is short from Irvin.
Campbell's running. He's the point forward on the team.
A point forward. Usually when you see the term PF, it means power forward.
He brings the ball. He does everything.
Certainly someone who can play all 5 positions when called upon.
ISO.
Campbell unloads. Doesn't get the shooter's roll, but a hard effort there by Mike Pugh to get the offensive rebound, and on a spinning assist attempt to Ware, he can't finish.
Yeah.
Here's Irvin. Certainly pushing the effort here, and he's fouled going to the basket.
Number 5, Vonnie Irvin, he has great body control when he's going to the basket.
So he'll go to the line here for 2 foul shots. Again, that was
a nice pass.
Nifty pass by Pugh. It's unfortunate that Ware couldn't finish. And on the subsequent take, and a foul coming up here. Going to be on Alex Brown. That will likely be his 3rd. So a little bit of foul trouble here for Alex Brown in the early going. Meanwhile, Irwin makes his first foul shot. And the second one is good as well. Vonnie Irvin now 4 for 4, shooting the free throws. Lee leaves it back up top now for Campbell.
Again, I would like to see Campbell Down low on the blocks. That's a travel. Good call by Bernard.
Just taking one too many steps there was Kendrick Lee, the former Brownsburg Bulldog.
Great call by longtime official Bernard Weatherly.
So now we'll have to wait on a substitution here. And now we have a replay on the inbound here, it seems. We have to have a couple of the officials converse here to see what the deal is. Here you see Eric Messer into the ball game, kind of trying to direct some traffic here during the dead ball.
Got 10 seconds.
As the first quarter winds down, 3 on the way from C.J. Rhodes, doesn't fall. Trying to get the subsequent shot there was Jermaine Major, and it does not fall. It is a 1-point ball game in favor of the Ohio Kings as we go to quarter number 2. Back in a moment here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is
God, there you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Lyons' way.
That in the Wrestler!
Whoa!
Mike Pugh has certainly been a difference maker for the Indiana Lions, assisting as well as seeing things set up for a big dunk as well by Alex Brown. But the Lions trailing the Ohio Kings by 1 going to quarter number 2. Welcome back inside of Bosstick Gym in Danville, Indiana, alongside Antoine Wynn. I'm Kurt Darling here. Well, Coach, needless to say, the Lions keeping pace with the Kings or the Kings keeping pace with the Lions. Either way, needless to say, it's going to be a back-and-forth battle for the duration of this one.
Yeah, so far, both teams are trying to fill each other out, and I think it's going to be a better second quarter than it was first quarter. Yes, some new substitutions in. Looks like number 4 is in the ball game for Kevin Lewis. He's still back in the basketball game. So they're going with some guards to speed the game up.
Meanwhile, the Lions going to be bringing in Mike Carter for the first time here in this ball game, and a turnover by the Lions to start things. And Lewis gets his pocket picked by Dylan Ware, and they're going to say he got a little bit of skin as well. And Dylan Ware kind of laughing that one off a little bit as we take a look at the replay. Yep,
yeah,
got him right on the elbow.
His left elbow.
So a good call there by the officials. So that'll be Dylan Ware's first foul of this ball game, as the fouls reset here in the second quarter. So here's Kevin Lewis, again, one of the very few veterans on this Ohio Kings squad, which is mostly made up of new faces. You've got Kevin Lewis as well as Muhammad Fall, again, a former Indiana Lions player now playing for Ohio. Kendrick Lee getting the start here in the second quarter. Turning the corner. 3 on the way from Messer. He can't convert, but right there is Dylan Ware. Still can't get the shot to fall, and clapping his hands in frustration.
That was a good putback, though.
Pushing the issue here are the Kings. 3 on the way from Lewis. Gets his own rebound and has to get rid of it. No look pass down low, and Dominic is able to convert. And a timeout.
Quick timeout.
Going to be taken here by the Indiana Lions. Take a look at this replay here as Darrell Dominic now has 6 points for the Ohio Kings.
Yeah, Coach Kegler sees something he doesn't like. That's why he called a quick timeout.
While we have a moment, today's broadcast sponsored by Ancestry Fashions. Be sure to join Ancestry Fashions in collaboration with BHB Group for a vacation of a lifetime to experience African heritage in Ghana, West Africa, in May of 2023. Visit us at ancestryfashions.com for more information. So obviously not exactly the best of starts here to start this second quarter if you're head coach Jamar Kegler. Needless to say, just got to kind of get their wits back about them going into the rest of this quarter here.
Absolutely. They have to come out and play harder and get back on defense.
It's been about a 4-0 run quickly here by the Ohio Kings to start this second quarter. So here's Eric Messer, who's been in and out of the starting lineup here for the Lions so far this season.
That's Campbell.
Now Campbell working right there, and that is exactly what you want to see out of Campbell as he gets his second bucket of the day.
Yeah, Campbell, he can get to any spot he wants to on the floor. But ideally, I would like to see him more in the paint.
Lewis tries to get the pass, but some nice defense there by Mike Carter. But another turnover back inside. Choosing to unload it, and a 3-ball falls for Virgil Lackey.
That was a nice shot by number 2, Lackey.
Now the largest lead of the ball game here by either team. Here's Ware with it. In some traffic, dumps it back off to Carter. And he'll pull up from just beyond the free throw line, and he can't connect. So the Lions struggling to get some shots to fall here. Meanwhile, the Kings trying to take advantage of that, and it still doesn't go. Here comes Campbell. Nice move by the big man, and he's going to try and get the end one. Instead, he'll go to the line for 2 as the shot doesn't fall.
If you need some points, just give it to number 30.
Again, Campbell has been one of the big leaders and the big veterans here for the Indiana Lions in his 4th season. He was a 2020 ABA All-Star. And he certainly plays like it.
Yes, he does. The ABA is so fast-paced, it's easy to get a big lead on the team.
Meanwhile, the Lions still struggling at the charity stripe. With that miss, they are now 0 for 4 between Alex Brown and now Campbell. And we'll see Brown check back into the ball game. He has 3 fouls already.
As I mentioned earlier, as a team, they're not very good at the free throw stripe.
There's the first foul shot made.
105 now.
Oh, and we have a little bit of an extra player here running out onto the court here. Certainly everybody wants to try and get involved right now. Got to applaud that young man for trying to get in on the action.
He forgot to go check in at the table. That's where he went wrong at. Good defense.
Here's C.J. Rhodes right down the side of the key, and he can't finish. Back up the court we go. Messer, long pass to Mike Pugh. He is certainly fun to watch when he's handling the basketball, and he gets his pocket picked out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Lions. Again, Mike Pugh shot 43% from the field a season ago. He's played some pro basketball in Europe as well before coming back here to play for the Lions. Pugh.
Oh, nice.
A little bit too long there. Back the other way come the Kings. Here's Dominic. Underneath to Rhodes. And he can't convert.
Give it to him. Brown's open.
3 on the way from Campbell. And he's a little off the mark there. And now we have a whistle before we come back the other way.
Out of bounds.
So it'll be Kings basketball here. Again, the Lions trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. They have losses to Clarksville and Burning River, and then another loss on the road against Excelsior Springs, which is the team that they opened the season against here inside Bosstick Gym. Foul coming up here on the Lions. So that'll be Mike Carter picking up his first foul.
Yeah, Mike Carter has to be careful of reaching.
Irvin working inside, extending it a little bit too much. And a big rebound by Brown will bring Campbell back up court. Pump faking, handing it off. Brown, spin inside. And he'll go back to the free throw line.
I like to see the Lions speed the game up. Their pace is a little slow for my liking. In order for them to get in the basketball game and take a lead, they have to speed the game up. They have the personnel to do that.
A lot of athleticism here on this Indiana Lions squad. Tyrone Brown and Coach Kegler doing a lot to build this roster, especially after some success a season ago, winning a North Central Region championship. Brown makes his first free throw. He's now 1 of 4 today at the charity stripe. And Brown goes 2 for 2.
All right.
Pushing the envelope here is Dominic, a little bit too much, just lost the handle.
I think Dominic may be out of his element up top, dribbling the basketball.
Here comes Mike Pugh. Corner. That's Messer pulling up here at the elbow, a little bit too strong. Irvin going right in there on Heidelberg.
Yeah, Heidelberg is very aggressive.
Lewis going hard to the basket, and he'll pick up a foul here. So going to the foul shot here, foul line here will be Kevin Lewis for his second time today. He has yet to hit a field goal. Meanwhile, a timeout taken on the floor. We'll go ahead and take one with them. Back in a moment here as the Indiana Lions trail the Ohio Kings here on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey Lions fans, it's Gio with Indiana Lions, coming to talk about Knockouts haircuts for men out in Avon. They specialize in getting you right on your haircuts, on your linings, your shaves, your face, your touch-ups, whatever it is that you need to get done. They are the best to do it. They make sure they get us right before every game, every photo shoot. They always have us picture ready. And so we just want to give them a shout out for being a sponsor to the Indiana Lions. And Lions family, again, if you need a good haircut or a good trimming, a nice shave, they even wash your hair. That was something I didn't even know of. So just go and check them out and tell them Gio sent you, or James, whichever name you want to use. Just go on down and check out Knockouts Haircuts for Men and let them wow you with the experience there. They even have a cooler with drinks in it.
Here at the Under 8 Media timeout, Coach Kegler preaching to his squad to try and get back on track as the Lions trail the Kings of Ohio by 3, 29-26. Alongside Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling here. And there you see
Long-time official Tracy Harris.
one of 3 officials here today. Kenya Jones and Bernard Weatherly, our crew here today. Nice enough to come out here and officiate some ABA basketball. So there's Kevin Lewis back at the foul stripe again for the second time here today. He has yet to hit a shot from the field, but he has 2 points from his first 2 free throws in the first quarter. And an interesting decision here by the Kings to take everybody off of the foul lane here.
Getting the defense set.
And Lewis goes 2 for 2. He's 4 for 4 on the day.
As I mentioned earlier, the Lions have to speed the game up.
Heidelberg keeping it himself off the glass. Brown trying to get the offensive board. It doesn't go, and it looks like it'll be either a jump ball or we'll see what the call is here. And they're going to say it's Kings basketball on a turnover here by the Lions.
They must have called a jump ball. Yeah, it was a jump ball.
And that was the confirming the call right there. So the possession arrow favoring the Kings. And they'll bring it back up court. Almost a turnover right there by Ohio. Outside, Kevin Lewis for three. Can't hit it.
Kevin Lewis cannot buy a basket.
Heidelberg pushes it ahead to Pugh. Splits the defenders and gets a nice roll inside.
That's what the Lions have to do.
9 points for Mike Pugh here today.
Try to get points in transition.
Back to a 3-point deficit. That's about what it's been here over the last 3 or 4 minutes or so for the Lions. And the long three is short by Irvin. And Pugh is smart to just let that one bounce out of bounds. Now the Lions again with a big chance to try and either get closer or tie this game up. Heidelberg off a screen, fires a shot, a little too strong again. Big offensive rebound by the Lions. Pugh pulls up from just inside the arc. Nothing doing again.
I like to see Pugh come in a little closer.
Lewis. Bringing it back around up top. Here's Major, and it gets stolen. But gets stolen right back by Ohio, and we almost had a 3D rule in effect right there. Of course,
yeah.
The 3D rule, a turnover that happens in the backcourt by the opposing team. The next basket is worth 1 more point. And there's a nice move in there by Muhammad Fall.
They're playing too slow.
Heidelberg kind of ramping things up. 3 on the way from Messer, and the bank is closed for him. Irvin holding on to it, leaves it for Lewis. Dominic working on Brown, and that might be foul number 4 on Brown here. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, Dominic's a strong man.
And just working hard right there.
Yeah, Dominic's probably about 6'8", probably about 260.
Brown already has 6 points here in this contest. He's been working hard down low, but he misses his first foul shot. So 5.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. This is right around the time where you just try to keep pace with everything, but certainly just seems the Indiana Lions are unable to get any sort of any legitimate rhythm right now.
Yeah, absolutely. This is actually a low-scoring half thus far.
And Dominic misses both foul shots. Here's Pugh. Trying to ramp up the pace a little bit, goes nowhere with that one. Ooh, and that was almost a ankle roll there by Muhammad Fall. You could see him pumping the brakes, and it actually was so hard that he slid across this waxed off floor, and it's a traveling violation.
Yes.
There's pumping the brakes, and then there's just flat out stopping the space-time continuum right there for Muhammad Fall. So the Lions again trying to take advantage of the turnover. Heidelberg, off-kilter shot. Brown with a big rebound. And Heidelberg tries again, and this time he's good for 3.
Nice trifecta.
His first field goal. And another steal by Heidelberg. He pushes it ahead to Mike Pugh. And an alley-oop off the backboard. Pugh to Alex Brown.
That was very nice. He checked his rearview mirror and saw Mr. Brown coming down the lane.
I'd say that assist was worth 2 assists for Mike Pugh.
The Lions are on a 5-0 run.
Back to a tie ball game. And a jump ball is going to be called, maybe. We'll see. No, it's going to be a foul going to be called there by Tracy Harris.
Wow.
What a beautiful play there by the Lions. So the foul going to be called here on the Lions as we get a few more substitutions as well. Dominic, nearly stolen. Here come the Lions again. Messer pushes it inside to Brown.
Nice.
Leaves it underneath. Nice play there by the Lions.
Good things happen when you move without the basketball.
First lead for the Lions since early on here in this second quarter.
Nice.
Off the glass is Kevin Lewis. His first shot from the field. Both teams competing hard right now. Neither of them have really been able to separate themselves. Inside again. And off the mark. No look pass, a thread the needle pass down low to Darrell Dominic. That was a heck of a throw.
Yes. Nice finish too.
He now has 8 points. So the Kings reclaiming the lead here as time starts to wind down here in the first half. Campbell leaves it now for Messer.
Nice. Nice finish by Messer.
That's now 6 different players here for the Indiana Lions in the stat sheet. And you're certainly right here, Antoine. It is a low-scoring game, to say the least.
Yes, it is.
Darrell Dominic pulling up from just inside the arc. Pugh with it. Dribbles off his foot.
Oh, man.
And he coughs it up.
3-on-2.
Back the other way. Campbell has to try and down low inside, and Vonnie Irvin is able to navigate it.
That was a great shot by number 5. That was an unforced turnover. As a coach, you hate to see those.
Campbell.
Travel.
Ooh. And it's going to be a foul before the travel. Coaching staff there for the Ohio Kings wanted a traveling violation, certainly. Just a little bit of a hook right there by Muhammad Fall before the shot got off. So a timeout on the floor here as you see Gerald Campbell going to be going to the foul stripe here after the other end of this timeout. Back in a moment here on the ISC Sports Network.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!
Lions trailing by 3 here inside of Bosstick Gym in Danville. ABA basketball action here on the ISC Sports Network. Antoine Wynn, Kurt Darling here with you. As you see Coach Kegler again just trying to keep his team moving at the moment. The Lions have certainly looked a little more put together here, but the Ohio Kings are really pushing the pace when they get their hands on the basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. The Lions are they're playing a little better than what they were playing before, but Ohio was here, and they're trying to win this basketball game, and they're playing hard.
And Coach Lannis Timmons for the Ohio Kings trying to coach the Kings to their 3rd straight win to start the season. Again, wins over the Ohio Bruins and Naptown Pros back in mid-November. But the interesting thing is this is the first game for Ohio since that November 19th game against Naptown.
Wow, that's a long time off.
Again, not playing as many games as the Lions. Of course, the Ohio Kings not playing in the same region as the Indiana Lions either. So out of the timeout, Ware back into the ball game here for the Lions and going for an alley-oop, doesn't go, and back the other way, a flush for Jermaine Major.
Back up to a 5-point basketball game.
10 points now for Major for the Kings. Here's Pugh in the corner. He's just going to pull up from right over the defender, and it rattles in and out. Inside of the final 2 minutes here of the first half.
The Lions have to get a stop.
3 on the way from Lewis. Again, another one short. Pugh pushes it ahead now to Ware. Back and forth between Pugh and Ware, and it's nice teamwork there by the Lions.
Very nice.
Dylan Ware, 8 points in front of a hometown crowd here in Danville.
So they have to get another stop.
And a steal.
Good steal by Ware.
Ware pushes it ahead to Brown for his third dunk of the afternoon.
Very nice.
Alex Brown is living above the rim here today. And now we have a stoppage.
Great dunk there.
And I'm trying to figure out here, did we get a technical foul on somebody? Couldn't quite see. They were pointing to Darrell Dominic after they stopped play. It's going to be Kings basketball here. Not sure exactly what the stoppage is for, but they got it all figured out.
As a coach, you teach your bigs to run from rim to rim, and that's what Mr. Brown did in the last play.
Turnaround jumper wide open. There is Muhammad Fall. And he now has 8 points. Brown inside, and he gets slapped across the wrist. So there's 2 places that Alex Brown has been living here today so far. It is above the rim and at the charity stripe.
Yes.
This will be his 4th trip to the foul line here today.
Must be out of bounds.
And now actually you're going to wave off the foul. It's going to be taken out of bounds. So it was not a shooting foul. 3 ball on the way for the Lions, nothing there. Final 20 seconds. And just dribbling it out of bounds there was Vonnie Irvin. Those are probably the worst type of turnovers for a coach.
Yes.
Brown.
Oh, nice.
Nice reverse dunk there by Dylan Ware.
That was real nice.
Give the assist to Alex Brown as well. Underneath at the buzzer. And the shot, no, they're going to wave it off there for Darrell Dominic. And it remains a 1-point ball game with the Indiana Lions on top, 45-44, going to the halftime period. We'll take a quick timeout. Halftime coming at you next right here on the ISC Sports Network.
I had a love for cookies the whole time, a love for baking actually, growing up, and it had always been a dream of mine. And I got sick and at my old job and had to quit, and then ended up getting a little bit better, was able to get another job, but then COVID hit and lost my job again. And at that point, my kids and my husband were like, you need to just do this, you know. So we took a chance.
And out of that, Mama Shell's was born. And I can personally say that I have had the cookies, and they are amazing. If you haven't tried them, we offer them at the gym. Thank you, Mama Shell's, for being a sponsor for the Indiana Lions.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds remaining. Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. That's the finish. You get a layup, take it, and an and one. Out of here. Shot at the buzzer. She got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot! Hello! Did it again. Hello! Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kinds of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello! There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, ball ricochets.
Wow.
A huge hit.
Wow.
This has been an amazing display of goal scoring. Has it, leaps the man, still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County. Unbelievable. for that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. So that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Hello, Lions family. It's me again, Gio. I am going to be your host this weekend. My parents will not be here this whole weekend. So I need you all to come out with me, and we need to root the Lions on and the Lions Den like you all have been doing since the beginning of the preseason. We have seen this gym packed out like we have not seen it before. That's because we're coming together and the family is growing. The people are hearing the word that the Indiana Lions are stomping out of the Lions Den and we're taking over. I mean, a lot of new people, and a lot of you have a lot of questions about how did the gym even get here, and so I got my buddy Sean to tell you.
My name is Sergeant Sean Rout. I work for the Danville, Indiana Police Department. We are here at the Danville Police Department and Town Hall.
All right, and how did the Town Hall, the Police Department, and the Lions Gym all become one?
Well, we consider the Lions family here. I work a lot of security at the games, and they're just part of our family.
It's halftime here inside of Bosstick Gymnasium here on the ISC Sports Network. ABA basketball action as the Indiana Lions trail the Ohio Kings 44-43. Alongside Coach Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling. Needless to say here, Antoine, it was a interesting first half to say the least here. The Lions and the Kings trying their best to push the issue. It's just been a really hard back and forth battle so far.
Yes, it has been. Both teams are pretty much trying to jock for position to get a big lead and go home with a victory. The Lions are playing in spurts. It's not consistent. Ohio's more consistent than they are at the moment.
Right now, the Lions led in scoring by Alex Brown. He has certainly had a heck of a ball game, not so much so at the foul stripe, but it has been really good so far. He has 3 dunks, but he's also been rebounding the ball and even actually dishing out some assists as well.
Actually, Alex Brown is probably the best game I've seen him play. I've seen him play at least 5 times. He's more engaged, like he's having fun out there. He's aggressive on both ends of the floor. He's getting his teammates involved. I've never seen him play like this. I've been hoping to see this, so now I finally got a chance to see Alex Brown play at the level that he's capable of playing at.
And he has 12 points, 2 of those coming at the charity stripe, but he is 2 of 5 in that regard so far here today. But one thing that is certainly interesting to me here, Coach, as I look at the stat sheet, Gerald Campbell, he only has 5 points. Definitely, he's been playing a little bit more outward. Of course, you've mentioned you'd like to see him a little bit more down low.
Yes, to me, he's like I said, he's a point forward for the team. But I would like to see him maybe start the offense from the block and start the offense from the block instead of him up top, because I think he should be down low. And as far as the physicality, I think he has an advantage at his position every night.
Of course, this Indiana Lions squad, they've been trying to repeat themselves here after winning a North Central Region championship just a season ago, but they've lost 3 straight right now. They've lost to the Clarksville Phoenix as well as the Burning River Buckets, and then they go on the road on December 3rd to face the Excelsior Springs Scream to get their 2nd loss to that team on the season. That was a 30-point loss. So if you're Coach Kegler, as well as Tyrone Brown, the owner for that matter, what do you kind of tell your team coming into a game like this here when you're on a 3-game losing streak?
Well, from what I can see, they start slow. They're a slow starting team, and when you're playing in this league, everybody's playing up-tempo, and you can't afford to have a slow start. So they need to have a come out a little more assertive and make better plays, because they're always playing from behind.
And of course, the ABA made up of over 200 teams all across the greater United States. Of course, not every team is going to be playing each other. They play a lot of different regional teams and stuff like that. But needless to say, information can certainly be hard to come by. So in your coaching experience, when you're going up against a team that you don't know a whole lot about, how do you prepare for a matchup like this?
It's kind of hard. You have to kind of do it, coach on the fly, so to speak. You know, you have to kind of dissect what they do well and try to take away what they do well from them. You know, some teams are better from the guard play, some are better from the big play. So you have to take one of those away.
So on that note, what have the Ohio Kings really been doing well to keep themselves either ahead or at least with the pace of the Lions?
I think they've been doing a great job on Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh is the guard that really gets them going. So I think they've been really good at slowing Heidelberg down too as well. So with those two right there, they kind of get the offense going and get the other players going. So I think Ohio's been doing a great job of slowing those two down.
While we have a moment, today's broadcast brought to you by Kivet Kinetic Solutions LLC. We offer hybrid coaching combining sports medicine, sports performance, health, wellness, and massage body work, as well as mind game into a full circle magical experience for clients of all ages and abilities. To find out more information, send an email to support@kksmagic.com, or you can call them at 317-446-7971. We're midway through halftime here. We'll go ahead and take another quick timeout. Back in a moment here as the Lions trail the Kings here on the ISC Sports Network.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Whoa. My goodness.
122.60 for Penn. What a swim. Six of them.
For all of your eyelash and eyebrow care, visit Decalash in Plainfield now and book your appointment today. Lions fans, for the newest fashions that we have with the Indiana Lions. Are you looking for the jersey for your favorite Indiana Lions player? Well, come on down to the locker room here in Danville. They make all of the Lions clothing, and they have a lot of things to offer, from hoodies to jerseys to everything. Just visit the locker room today.
Yeah, Kiwanis, it's a global organization. It's a not-for-profit. So Kiwanis is dedicated to changing the world one child at a time.
Yeah.
So here in Danville, we're business owners, we're teachers, we're parents, we're neighbors. We just come together and we provide events for kids.
So check out Kiwanis and come on down to Moki's every first and third Tuesday and change lives one child at a time.
Both teams coming back out here for second half warm-ups as we get set for the second half of this ball game between the Indiana Lions and the Ohio Kings. Alongside Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling. Coach, let's take a look at some highlights here from this first half. Certainly an action-packed first half, to say the least, led off here by Mike Pugh.
Yeah, Mike Pugh is, like I said, he is the guard that gets them going. He's very aggressive.
There's certainly lots of plays here underneath made by the Kings. But then you have the play of Alex Brown, who has really been a difference maker.
Yes, he has. It's the best I've ever seen Alex Brown play.
Mike Pugh again getting some good stuff, and another big take by Alex Brown. He already has several rebounds to go along with 8 points. That was his second of what would eventually be 3 dunks. There is his third right there on the push ahead by Dylan Ware. But still, the Kings have been able to shoot from deep when they want to.
Yes, they have. Major, he has hit a couple threes himself for Ohio.
Of course,
nice dunk there.
Major able to work down low as well. But Dominic, of course, Darrell Dominic, he has been a force down low.
Yeah, he is a low to handle down low. You have to not deny him the basketball in the paint.
Dominic has 8 points so far here in this contest. So that's a look at your first half highlights. We'll go ahead and take another quick timeout, and then when we come back, the second half will be getting underway as the Indiana Lions try to claw back and move ahead of the Ohio Kings. You're watching ABA basketball here on the ISC Sports Network.
Hello, Lions friends and family. Are you looking for commercial problems with your heating, your air conditioning, your plumbing, your drain cleaning, your gas fireplace, or your refrigeration? Well, look no further. Call Maury. He's open 24/7. The number is right there. If you have any problems or any needs, make sure you give him a call. He's a proud sponsor of the Indiana Lions, And we thank you, Mary, for all of your help with any plumbing issues or any drain issues that we may have. So make sure you all give them a call and tell them that Gio from the Indiana Lions sent you. Hello, Lions family. It's me, Gio, again. I just want to dedicate this whole weekend to all of the fans and the family and all of our sponsors as well that come along, and they're not just family. They actually come to the games and show that they're family. They volunteer to help. They're in the pictures. They're helping clean up. They're greeting people as they come in the door. And that's why we try to go out and reciprocate that same thing and come back and show everyone love. So can we all meet up at Dairy Queen this weekend and just show them some love? If you can't, that's fine. I know it is going to be cold. But if you want to come out, meet me over there. And the first 5 people that go over there per car, I will give them an Indiana Lions shirt. Just don't fight me over it. Let's just get some good ice cream, and I'll see you guys there. Oh, and shout out to Imagine Me Body also. Make sure you hit up Nurse T and check out the locker room where we get all of our sporting good apparel.
Okay, that is very easy. They can just call us, and we can get them set up. They can go to our website, and we have options if they want to do a gift subscription. If they want to subscribe online, they have that option as well.
So contact the Republic to get your newspaper delivered today, or check out their website.
Second half about to get underway here inside a Bosstick gym as the Indiana Lions trail the Ohio Kings by just 1 point. Here on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81, let's take a look at the stat sheet rundown here as the Indiana Lions, led by Alex Brown, who has 12 points. Dylan Ware has 10 points. Mike Pugh with 9 points. And then 5 points for Gerald Campbell, 3 points for Jordan Heidelberg, and then 2 points apiece for Lawan Whitney and Eric Messer. Jermaine Major, the leading scorer so far for the Ohio Kings with 10. 8 points apiece for Muhammad Fall and Darrell Dominic. 6 points for Kevin Lewis, and then 3 points for Virgil Lackey. Alongside Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling. Coach, we get set for the second half here. What's the one thing that you're going to want to see from the Lions as we right out of the gate here to start this third quarter?
They need to establish their dominance right out of the gate. They need to go ahead and feature Mr. Campbell in the paint, and he needs to start the offense from there and use his physical body against them to get back in this basketball game.
Solid turnout here inside of Bosstick Gymnasium, one of the historic gyms here throughout the state of Indiana. Played host to the Danville Warriors for many, many years here. Lots of players have come through here, including Dylan Ware for the Indiana Lions, still playing some games here. Of course, the Danville Warriors now playing at their own gymnasium attached to the high school itself, but they have certainly played many games here inside. And there you see Tyrone Brown trying to get the crowd hyped up here going into this second half here. Owner, coach, and even MC as well. This man does it all for this team.
Yes, he does.
Recognizing a couple of young kids right there from the crowd.
He does a great job with the community.
So getting things set to go here for the second half. The original starters, except Heidelberg, will be getting the nod here to start this second half of the original starting 5 here on the floor for the Lions, as they are for the Ohio Kings. It'll be the Lions to start this second half with the basketball. 24 minutes of action left to go here to decide who will come away with the W here today. The Ohio Kings looking for their 3rd straight victory to open the season. The Indiana Lions trying to snap a 3-game losing skid.
So they have to go to work.
Ware going back and forth between he and Heidelberg, and he tries to feed it to Campbell. Campbell directing a little bit of traffic there with him.
Yeah, it was a bad angle that Dylan Ware threw the pass to Mr. Campbell.
Certainly the right idea, though.
Yes.
But an empty possession to start this second half. Kings now working it with Jermaine Major. And he gets it up top now to Irvin. Here's Major with it again. Working on Ware. And he just gets a little bit of a poke in there by Campbell. And they'll say it was out of bounds off of the Lions.
That was good defense by Dylan Ware as well.
Inbound again comes to Irvin right as the shot clock expires. And so another empty possessions for both teams here. And there you see Muhammad Fall, former Indiana Lions player, before he left to go play for the Ohio Kings.
The Lions cannot have any unforced turnovers.
Here's Ware. And that would be a forced turnover. Pushing it ahead here is Kevin Lewis. Gets into the lane, floater on the way, just a little bit off the mark.
See, Brown had a mismatch in there, they missed him.
Heidelberg. And back again come the Kings. Irvin right down the lane, and it bounces in and out of the cylinder, and the offensive rebound falls there for Virgil Lackey in the and one.
That was a great putback by number 2, Lackey.
He had a three-pointer in the first half, and that was a hard take there by Mike Pugh on defense. So this is Lackey's first trip to the foul stripe here today. And he makes both of them. So again, the Lions just having a hard time getting a good start here in this third quarter.
Yes, they are. Campbell.
And too strong, the big man.
Yeah, Campbell, you have to get down in the paint.
No look pass outside to Fall from Irvin. And unable to quite get a handle on it. Irvin from the corner. And Fall on the offensive rebound. And they're going to say he traveled.
That was a good call. Good call by Tracy Harris. I'd like to see Dylan Ware take that shot next time.
Here's Pugh, kind of meandering his way in, and a block there by Virgil Lackey. Results in a turnover. 3 straight turnovers here for the Lions on 3 straight possessions.
Oh, man.
And Kevin Lewis makes them pay. Timeout taken here by Jamar Kegler. 9 points now for Kevin Lewis, as you see right there. And the Kings are hot coming out of the half.
Nice three-point shot by Kevin Lewis.
So while we have a moment here during this timeout, today's broadcast sponsored by BHB Group LLC, which is a community of entrepreneurs with proven leadership ability whose goal and vision is to build wealth and create a legacy for generations. Through real estate investing, luxury, travel, transportation, and networking with other professionals, we will fulfill our purpose by affecting positive change and vision to next level growth and expansion. Visit us at bhbgroup.org for more information. So it's a 6-0 run here to start the second half by the Kings.
Kings have to get something here. He's got to attack right here. He has to attack.
Here's Ware. Kicks it back outside. Campbell again. No look down to Ware again, and just unable to get some good looks. Pugh tries to get something going from outside, and he can't.
Dylan Ware has to be aggressive with the basketball. He's a scorer by nature.
Irvin off the screen from Fall. Loses the handle, and Pugh.
Somebody's got to run with him.
And he doesn't have the number,
right
so
there,
he waits.
Brown's got a mismatch. Somebody's got to see that.
Heidelberg into the corner. Ware.
Somebody's got to see it. Give it to him.
Here's going back and forth. Pugh will unload it, and he's short again. And so you had that mismatch temporarily, but Brown decided to put it back out.
Yes, he's got to go through that player.
And he was mismatched there with Jareem Major.
Yes.
And that's certainly a big height advantage there by Alex Brown on that matchup.
Yes. He has to be aware of that, and his teammates do as well.
3 ball is short by Virgil Lackey, but the putback by Muhammad Fall.
Wow. They're getting separation.
10 points now for the former Lion. Ware tries to spin inside, but a good handle inside and an interesting pass down underneath. And a block by Mike Pugh up top. The Kings want goaltending. The officials say no.
I think they missed it.
Brown, dunk number 4 on the night.
Yeah, I think they missed it.
That was certainly close. Now,
Yes.
there is a unique rule in the ABA that if the ball is on the cylinder,
Right.
you can punch it in. But that was not in the cylinder,
No.
to say the least.
I like to see it again.
Back to within 7 here, at least temporarily for the Lions. And a 3-ball falls for Major. That's now 13 points for him. Pugh back outside to Dylan Ware. Spins inside and blocked out of bounds. There by Virgil Lackey.
Dylan Ware has to shoot that shot the first time.
So the Lions just struggling to get any play inside, and now Coach Kegler's going to go deep into his bench here as we'll see Jay Wright into the ball game for the first time. But before we go any further, we're at the under 8 timeout. We'll take one with them.
Yes.
Back in a moment here on the ISC Sports Network.
3, 2, 1.
Has the first dunk in the building from Aaron Joya. Waits, Waddell finishes.
And lays it in.
There is right now the play of the game. Better finish. We might see that on plays of the week. Great feed. The finish. Spin, win, 3. Bury it in the lane. No, gun, yes. Stop. Whoa, what a play. Flying in.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Out of the half here, the Ohio Kings are on an 11-2 run as we take a look at the replay on what was not a goaltending. I would say that's the definition of goaltending.
Absolutely.
So the Lions getting away with one right there, but it hasn't really been effective as much as right there. Indiana just cannot get any shots to fall, and the Kings are taking advantage of it.
The Lions are just settling for shots. Instead of getting to their spots that they want, they're just taking anything that's available.
Lewis again from deep.
Ohio's got it going now.
That is his second three-pointer in a row, and this is the largest lead of the ball game by either team. It is a 14-2 swing here by Ohio out of the half. Campbell steps back at the foul stripe. He is not really able to get anything going shooting-wise.
And the Kings are playing with a different kind of swag right now.
Muhammad Fall. Confusion on who that ball was going to. It gets into the hands of Major. He goes along the baseline and gets that one over Brown.
15-point ball game.
And the Lions desperate for any kind of bucket right now.
Ohio's feeling pretty good right about now. Travel.
And Pugh has traveled before he hands it off to Alex Brown. So turnover after turnover by the Lions. That's now 5 turnovers in their last 7 takes.
Yes.
Lewis, the hot hand, and he's off the mark. Campbell just going to go right down the lane, Euro step inside, and a subsequent shot there by Alex Brown. Again, that's not goaltending. The ball was within the cylinder. That is an ABA rule. And now a timeout going to be taken here by Ohio. That is a legal play here in the ABA. You got to certainly love that.
That's like FIBA basketball.
Indeed it is. There is a variation of the NBA and FIBA basketball in this game, to say the least.
Yes.
Of course, some of the other unique rules that you'll see here throughout the ABA, we have yet to see a 3D rule here tonight, again, which is a turnover in the backcourt that will result in the next bucket, whether it's a 2 or a 3, going for 1 extra point. You also don't foul out here in the ABA. You're going to the 6th foul, though. Any foul beyond that the player that gets fouled that goes to the free throw line will get an extra point, an extra foul shot to go. So in that case, if it's a 2-shot foul, you would get a 3-shot foul as well. But there's also the 4-point field goal. Any shot that goes from beyond half court that goes in is worth 4 points.
Wow, okay.
So a lot of unique rules, but they happen very rarely, but they do happen sometimes. So we'll have yet to see if we can get any of those unique rules put in play. I guess, of course, we've already seen the cylinder rule.
Yes.
But we would certainly like to see a 3D rule come into effect here. Of course, you'll see the light go on the scorer's bench. That would indicate that the 3D rule is in effect.
I'm watching the Lions players. Their body language tells a story.
They certainly look a little dejected right now.
Yes, they do.
So a couple more substitutions here as you see Kendrick Lee back into the ball game. And Jay Wright in as well, as Coach Kegler has a word with the officials, Tracy Harris, to make sure that everything's all taken care of here. So they're going to inbound the ball from full court here instead of midcourt.
Yes. That was the right call.
So far it has been a 16-4 swing for Ohio out of the half. And now the officials pointing to the sideline here, so it looks like they're going to go from three-quarter court instead of full court.
Yeah, Tracy's very emphatic on what he's saying.
He is saying, nope, we are going from here. And a turnover. And that is going to put the 3D rule in effect right here. And the Lions are certainly aware of it. And Brown can't get the shot to fall. And so he'll go to the line for 2 foul shots here. Now the 3D rule is still in effect in the event that the Lions get an offensive rebound should Brown miss the second foul shot.
Yes.
So again, the 3D rule in effect. We'll see if the Lions can take advantage. Again, any field goal will be worth 1 extra point in this situation. And Brown is able to make the first foul shot.
Yeah, Brown has looked very well today.
And he gets another one. So it looks like actually he gets 3 foul shots here with the 3D rule instead of 2. Yeah. Again, what this would normally be a 2-point foul shot, he gets an extra 1. And he only makes 2.
2 of 3.
So the 3D rule now no longer in effect.
That's the best way to get points when the clock's not moving.
No kidding. As Coach Mike Woodson of IU says, free throws are free for a reason.
Absolutely.
Loose ball, and it's going to be taken by Kendrick Lee. Campbell pushes it up court now to Pugh. Alley-oop attempt to Brown, and he can't come down with it. They're going to say that it was off of the Lions. It's Ohio basketball. And now we have a stoppage in play here as the officials having a quick word here with Kevin Lee on the far side of the court. And now we'll have a substitution as Darrell Dominic will check into the ball game. Now a foul, and they want to say it was tip. We'll see what the call is here. The officials conversing here at midcourt. So again, back to an 11-point ball game here for the Indiana Lions. They've gone on a little bit of a spurt. And they want to say that there were 6 players on the floor for Ohio. Let's take a count here. I only see there are 6 players on the floor right now. That should be a technical foul.
Absolutely.
And indeed it is. So this will put Gerald Campbell at the line. So Campbell now with 2 extra foul shots here. And he makes his first one. He is now 2 of 3. In that regard. And so the Kings making an extra substitution here because it certainly looked like nobody was coming out there as you saw Darrell Dominic check in. And Campbell is able to take advantage. So a 4-point swing here, all from the charity stripe.
The Lions are on a 6-0 run right now as well.
That gets it back to within 10 points. And so now, with everything all figured out, there are indeed 5 players on the floor here for Ohio. That's certainly something you want to be on top of if you're a head coach.
Yes, you do.
So officials Bernard Weatherly and Kenya Jones having a word here with Tracy Harris. Just a lot of official stoppages here to discuss things to make sure everything's all on the up and up.
Yes.
Again on the floor here for the Lions, Wright, Pugh, Brown, as well as Lee and Campbell.
Yeah, Tracy Harris is the lead official for tonight's game.
And so they may be trying to figure out if Darrell Dominic should still be in the ball game, whether if it was an illegal substitution. And they said that he is good to go. So after the stoppage, we keep going.
Man.
And a turnover nearly forced there by the Lions in transition. Lewis right down the lane, can't get the teardrop to fall. A big rear rebound by Alex Brown. Here's Pugh. He leaves it for Wright, a deep 3, and way off the mark there was Wright. That was...
He shot that in Steph Curry country.
That was about 4 or 5 feet beyond the 3-point line, which is about 28 feet.
Yes.
2-shot foul coming up here. So again, it's a pretty deep three-point line. Now, it's not as far as an NBA 3, which is 30 feet.
Yes.
But still, he may as well have shot it from that range.
Yes.
So here's Vonnie Irvin back at the line for his 3rd time here today.
Irvin's had a solid game tonight so far.
He has 8 points and unable to make it 9 right there on that shot. And he mixes them both.
That's a good way to get back in the basketball game.
Another opportunity here for the Lions.
The Lions cannot have an empty possession here.
Inside of the final 5 minutes here of the 3rd quarter.
Give it to Campbell.
Here's Pugh.
Clear out, clear out.
He does give it to Campbell. He goes inside, playing post inside now. A nice give to Brown up top, elevating, and he can't finish. And a steal in transition by Jay Wright. Pugh goes right down the lane again. He can't make it go, but he draws the foul.
He has to knock his free throws down.
Now we have a 3D rule again, so that means this is going to be 3 shots for Mike Pugh.
That's the way to get in.
That was another turnover in the backcourt. So the 3D rules so far trying to work in the benefit of the Lions, but they have not been able to cash in as Mike Pugh misses the first foul shot. He still has 2 more coming.
Okay.
And he makes his 2nd, so he can still make it a traditional 2 shots made. But still the Lions on a little bit of a run here.
Oh, man.
And he is way short, so he goes 1 for 3 on that 3D rule.
They're leaving points on the floor.
7-0 run by the Lions, but it should be a lot more. No look pass down low to C.J. Rhodes, and that snaps the Lions' run. Lee inside. Campbell. And a nice move, and
nice.
that is exactly what you want right there out of Gerald Campbell.
Absolutely. He's a physical man.
He now has 9 points. Lewis from deep. Short, big rebound by Brown. And they're going to get a foul here on the Kings from behind.
I like to see Campbell go right back into the paint. Call for the basketball.
And that's now 4 fouls on Darrell Dominic. So we're at the under 4 timeout. We'll take one with them. The Indiana Lions keeping things close, but just not close enough. They trail the Ohio Kings right here on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81.
Please welcome one of our newest sponsors, City Barbecue. City Barbecue is out in Avon. They offer so many things like sides, ribs, sandwiches, desserts, and they have so many things that are made every day for you to come in and try them. He has so many good things that are freshly made. So if you're looking for a place where you and the family can go and have a good little dinner after the game, if you don't feel like cooking, come on down to City Barbecue and tell them the Indiana Lions sent you and just try everything. Try everything on the menu. Just start from the top to the bottom and just let them know what you feel about it. Give them a nice review, like them on Facebook. And if you never tried it, you got to get there soon. Thanks, City Barbecue, for everything. They have drinks, guys. Remember, you can go in and get drinks, and they even have curbside assistance. So if you order it, you don't even have to go in. You could just send someone in to get the food, or you can go in and get it yourself. So stop on by again at City Barbecue. Thanks for being a sponsor.
Well, it was a rough start here in this third quarter for the Indiana Lions, but the Lions have been able to battle back slowly but surely. Here on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81 alongside Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling. Needless to say here, a big steal by that man right there, Jay Wright, has been proven a lot of big defense here so far for the Lions.
Absolutely. They cut a 15-point lead down to 8.
Campbell goes from deep, and he
Wow.
hits.
Nice shot, Mr. Campbell.
He's starting to warm up. He now has
ball game.
7 points in this third quarter alone. So the Lions on a big swing here. They are on a 10-2 run. And a turnover forced by Campbell, and he's on the ground, and they're going to get, looks like maybe a timeout called here by the Lions. And indeed, that is the case. So it's going to be a timeout taken here by the Lions as they get possession. Another big steal there by that man, Gerald Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell's a workhorse, man, I'm telling you. Has he even been out of the basketball game?
As far as I know, he has not. He has played almost every single minute of this contest. I'm sure he's taken a break at some point. But, sir, he is one of the best conditioned players. Of course, he plays like a veteran. He's the longest tenured player here for the Indiana Lions in his 4th season.
Okay.
So now if you're head coach Jamar Kegler, you guys are on a run. You're starting to get into a rhythm defensively and getting that turning into offense. Now, how do you keep projecting that forward going into these final 3 minutes of the third quarter?
So if I'm Kegler, I'm telling the guys to keep doing what you're doing and be smart. Do not reach, and just make sure you play solid defense. But again, on the offensive end, we have to score and not turn the ball over.
Here's a package on Gerald Campbell. Certainly been slowly but surely he's gotten into a rhythm here. He has 12 points overall tonight.
And you have to make sure, if you're the Lions, you have to make sure the ball is in the playmaker's hands at all times. Your playmakers are Mr. Campbell, Dylan Ware, and Pugh. Needs to stay in those guys' hands at all times.
Special thanks to our ISC Sports Network crew working tonight. Jordan Shue, Sean Walker, and Vince Morella's back in the production truck. Our camera operators, Becca Kelly, Ian Wheeler, and Chase Eisnagel. Excellent job, as always, by all of you guys. So we get back into the action here as Kendrick Lee trying to set the offense here for the Lions.
Number 5, Jay Wright for the Lions. He's doing an adequate job so far.
And Wright unloads it, and he's off the front of the iron. He's 0 for 2 in that regard. The Kings pushing the tempo, and Wright will pick up his first foul. And just going hard to the rack right there was Jermaine Major. So this will be Major's first time at the charity stripe.
Yeah, coach must see something in Wright because he's playing him quite a bit here in the second half. I don't believe he played second in the first half.
He didn't play at all in the first half, indeed. And Major goes 2 for 2. Lions still in this game. They trailed by as many as 15 points earlier on in this third quarter. Campbell putting the team on his back off the bank.
I've been calling for that the whole game. He's more effective in the paint.
Gerald Campbell has done the bulk of the scoring tonight here for, and there is Ware picking it right out of the air, pushes it ahead to Pugh, and he can't finish in the 2-on-1 situation.
I think Pugh may have been playing for the contact.
And Irvin was wide open, but he thinks better of the 3 ball, and there's a big steal by Wright. He picks it up in transition. Unloads for 3.
Oh, man.
Just too strong. Gets his own rebound through the legs underneath to Ware, and the Lions will reset the offense.
They have to score on his possession. Clear out and let Campbell go to work.
It's a 5-point game. Step back 3 by Campbell. Bingo! What a play by Gerald Campbell.
He's on the road. 2-point ball game.
Let's see this thing again.
Wow.
Right through the legs. And step back by Campbell. Meanwhile, the Kings unable to answer. They've gone dry. Pugh back around side here to Campbell again.
Clear out. Clear out. He's telling him clear out.
90 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Outside, Jay Wright unloads for a 3. Yes, sir! And the Lions have come alive from behind the arc.
If I'm Ohio, I'm calling a timeout.
This is the first lead of the Lions since early on in the second quarter. Another off, big rebound by Ware. 1 minute left to go in the third quarter. Right underneath, can't finish. Pushing it ahead, here come the Kings. Irvin again thinking better of the third three-pointer. Inside the arc, a long 2 from Muhammad Fall doesn't go. Final minute here of the third quarter. And the Indiana Lions have come back from as many as 15 points down to take a 1-point lead. Kendrick Lee. Will Campbell do it again?
He's feeling it. He's feeling it.
He goes from just inside the arc this time. That is a long 2, but he is the hot hand right now.
Man, he is really feeling it.
2 threes and then 3 2-point buckets. Nothing again for the Ohio Kings, but this time the officials call the foul. Kendrick Lee feeding it outside to Campbell, and he is just ice water in his veins right now.
Yes, he is. That last foul was called on Mike Pugh.
And so Mike Pugh picking up his first foul of the ball game. And there you see the player of the third quarter. He is going to come in and get some much-deserved rest. He has put the team on his back here, to say the least, Coach.
And that's what I was saying. He needs to get some rest for the fourth quarter.
Final 7 seconds here. Inside.
Oh, man.
And that is Irvin breaking the run here, but what an effort to close the third quarter here by the Indiana Lions. They're ahead by 1 off of some stellar play from Gerald Campbell. We go to the fourth and final quarter. Back in a moment here on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is
God, there you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score.
It's been the Gerald Campbell show so far here over the last 7 minutes or so as we go to the fourth and final quarter. Alongside Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling. Coach, Gerald Campbell had 14 of his 19 points in that third quarter alone.
Yes, he has a hot hand right now, and he's feeling it. And as a basketball player, you get in that zone, and the basket just seems huge. And he's going to work, and his teammates are looking for him, and he's getting to his spots.
The Indiana Lions trailed by as many as 15 points They're midway through the third quarter. And now the Kings kind of catching themselves on their heels as the Lions try to close things out here. But it's a close ball game. It's still anybody's contest. And the Kings cough it up once again temporarily. And now underneath to Muhammad Fall. He can't finish. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Kings. There you see Muhammad Fall, again the former Indiana Lion. Lewis to try and inbound it. And here's C.J. Rhodes. And in the corner. And a turnover here by Indiana for Indiana. Again, points off turnovers have been a big key here to the Indiana Lions run over the last 7 minutes.
One thing about a player who has a hot hand, you can't let him sit too long.
Here's Heidelberg, and he drains it from the free throw line.
Great shot by Heidelberg. So he's going to have to insert Campbell back in pretty soon. You don't want to get him to get cold.
Campbell getting some much-deserved rest right now. A mismatch, though, between Dominic and Ware, and he'll go to the line for an and one.
Yeah, that's a mismatch in size.
And that'll be 10 points now for Darrell Dominic, who sat for the majority of that third quarter. In fact, he was actually the sixth player at one point in that third quarter for Ohio, which led to a technical foul.
If I'm Ohio, the Lions don't have a big, and I'm going with Dominic every time down.
Kendrick Lee.
I think the Lions should insert Brown.
Here's Mike Carter, and he gets his pocket picked there by Major. He goes uncontested down the lane, and the Kings once again regain the lead.
Yeah, you have to get Brown back in at least. You need one big out there.
Heidelberg coughs it up again.
Yeah.
Almost. And there's going to be a foul coming up here. We'll see who it's on.
Should be on Heidelberg.
And it looks like that is indeed the case.
Heidelberg pushed him.
That's Heidelberg's second of the ball game here. And now, again, just battling for the turnover. And Heidelberg shoves Lewis out of bounds right there. So that's a pretty easy call for the officials. And now you see Campbell as well as Brown checking back into the ball game.
Yes, it's time to put them back in.
And they may be back in for the duration with how hot they've been.
I believe they will be.
2-point lead here for Ohio. The Kings unable to convert. And Dylan Ware has a beat on the defense, and he slams it home. 12 points now for the Danville kid. Muhammad Fall, he pulls up from just inside the arc. That doesn't go. He gets his own rebound.
Oh.
Outside, Major loads up a three, and it's no good. And here come the Lions.
All right, let's go back to Campbell. Let's get Campbell involved.
There he is. Campbell working inside on Fall.
You have to go with your hot hand.
And he'll go back to, that'll be a foul coming up here. It's on the floor. Again, the fouls reset at the end of every quarter. And so they'll take the ball out here. That'll be Muhammad Fall's second foul.
You have to go with Campbell. He's wanting it. Clear out.
Campbell splits the defenders. Outside to Lee, who loads up it just inside the arc. Nothing there.
Yeah, Lee wasn't squared up on that shot.
All tied at 71 here into the final 10 minutes. Long pass, and it's another turnover. Led to head now to Ware underneath. What a play there on the assist from Jordan Heidelberg.
That was a great catch and finish by Dylan Ware.
But how about Campbell leading Heidelberg in order to get that pass?
Yes. I didn't think he was going to catch up with it.
Dominic gets his pocket picked, and it's coughed up here by Heidelberg. And another one ahead to Ware. He has been living behind the defense. Six straight points here for Dylan Ware.
Yes.
And now it's the largest lead of the game here for the Lions since they led by as many as 7 in the first quarter. And another turnover by Ohio. Heidelberg gonna push it down the lane, and he thinks better of it. That was a mismatch, but here comes Campbell screaming down court, and he can't finish. Tipped out of bounds by Campbell.
Wow.
Big missed opportunity and a timeout gonna be taken here by Ohio. Certainly a much needed timeout here by the Ohio Kings. And yes, we've got a entourage down here. Of course, a lot of fun kids here joining us here on the ISC Sports Network. Certainly having a lot of fun here inside of Bosstick Gym. Here's another look at Dylan Ware. He has been sensational, living the last 6 points all behind the defense here. Nicely done by the Danville kid. While we have a moment, today's broadcast brought to you by Deco Lash at Plainfield Commons. We're so glad that you're here. Of course, whether you're looking for some much-needed me time or a way to incorporate your lash appointment into your hectic schedule, our studio and services are the perfect addition to any beauty routine. Come visit us at 2685 East Main Street, Suite 108 at Plainfield, Indiana. Or give us a call at 317-667-0681. So needless to say here, Coach, the Lions, they looked pretty downtrodden there midway through that third quarter. It's pretty amazing how they've really been able to battle back and take a 4-point lead.
Yeah, they have it going right now. I think they kind of hit that last button. And Mr. Campbell, he is the key. He is, man, I mean, he is. We talked about him before the game started. He is relentless. You know, he just plays hard all the time.
So just north of 8 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Here come the Kings here as Major loses the handle. It gets back to Dominic, and he loses the handle. Dylan Ware, he has been sensational here over the last minute and a half. Ware drives into the baseline. He kicks it back out.
Mr. Campbell.
Campbell again. It took him a while to warm up, but he has been red hot. Outside, Ware. On a give and go inside, Ware along the baseline. 8 straight points for Dylan Ware.
Woo! Nice.
And back inside the other way. Big three-pointer there by Vonnie Irwin. The Lions certainly have the advantage off momentum right now. Campbell unloads again, and it looks like he may be starting to cool off a little bit.
Yes, just a little bit.
Irvin. And he is just flying left and right, and they're going to draw a foul here on the Lions. Looks like it'll be Campbell. And that'll be his third. Just a little bit of contact there as Irvin was going in. So back in. Campbell still in the ball game here with 3 fouls. Again, just another reminder, you don't foul out here in the ABA. And this will put Vonnie Irwin back at the charity stripe for the 4th time here today. He missed his last 2 the first time.
Yes.
And now we'll have Mike Pugh check into the ball game for the Lions. And Irwin makes his first. So Irvin now with 9 points to lead the Kings, along with Jermaine Major, who also has 10.
This game really changed for the Lions when Jay Wright was inserted to the basketball game. That's when you really saw the game change.
Kendrick Lee, right to the glass, and he gets the roll. That's his first bucket of the night.
He laid it up pretty high.
Back the other way, contested and high off the glass goes Dominic. Or actually, that was Kevin Lee with a big shot. Kevin Lewis, excuse me. Back the other way. Still a 1-point possession here for the Lions.
Man,
Campbell
he just
working hard on the big man. A big rebound by Alex Brown. And the Lions have a fresh 24 seconds.
That middle's open. Somebody's got a flash.
Mike Pugh into the lane. Just a little too hard.
That's
Brown again going up, and he's going to get fouled going for that rebound.
And it should be 2 shots because he was going it was on a tip. Should be 2 shots.
And it looks like that will in fact be the case. You see Brown trying to tip it up. That is a shooting foul.
Yes.
That'll go against Virgil Lackey, his second. Brown having a sensational night here. He is second in scoring rather with 18 points. And he could tie Campbell right here for 19. And he misses his first one. That has certainly been a blemish all game long here for the Lions, has been the foul shooting.
Yes, they've missed. I bet they've missed at least 7 or 8 free throws.
So Alex Brown still has done an excellent job rebounding the ball, to say the least. And he misses both.
You can't miss free throws. They're free for a reason.
Especially not at this late in the game.
No.
Kings can take the lead back right here on this possession. And a 3 ball is off the front of the iron there by Vonnie Irwin, but an offensive rebound still doesn't go. And Brown comes away with it. The Kings wanted a traveling violation, no call, and we play on. Here comes Campbell. Tries to go behind the back, and he coughs it up. And pushing it ahead here, and a dunk by Vonnie Irwin.
It's a nice left-handed dunk by number 5.
Back ahead now are the Ohio Kings. 5.5 minutes left to go. This has been a competitive ball game all throughout. Pugh stops short, tries to draw the foul, and there's no whistle. Major gets it back over here to Lewis.
If they score here, if I'm the Lions, I will get a timeout.
There have been several lead changes here so far in this ball game. Outside in the corner, Lewis for 3, but a tip back again by Dominic doesn't go either. The Lions need a bucket here. Ware tries to take it upon himself, and he goes hard into a wall of Ohio Kings defenders, Lackey and Lewis. And that'll stay on the ground as we'll reset the offense with a fresh 24 seconds.
The Lions have to do a better job of balancing the floor. On this last play, everybody was on one side of the floor. You have to balance the floor.
See Muhammad Fall check back in here for the Ohio Kings. This has certainly been an entertaining ball game, especially in the second half. The Lions battling back from a 15-point deficit. Ware in the corner. And Lee back outside to the big man Campbell. He pulls up and is home on a teardrop from the free throw line. 21 points for Gerald Campbell. Inside goes Irvin. Goes out of bounds. Indiana basketball. And another substitution, as we'll see Lawan Whitney check back in here for Indiana.
I would think that Dylan Ware is getting a quick rest, and he'll be right back in the basketball game.
He has certainly come alive here in this fourth quarter.
That's just my educational guess.
He has 18 points as he takes a seat. Campbell gets it back outside to Whitney. Pugh unloads contested, and he doesn't get the bounce. Irvin along the baseline. Blocked, and that'll be a body check right there by Alex Brown.
This game will come down to who takes care of the basketball and who wants it.
Shooting foul, so that'll put Irvin back at the line. But before we go any further, We're at the under 4 timeout. So it's a 1-point ball game. Indiana on top of Ohio with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81.
I had a love for cookies the whole time, a love for baking actually, growing up, and it had always been a dream of mine. And I got sick and at my old job and had to quit, and then ended up getting a little bit better, was able to get another job, but then COVID hit and lost my job again. And at that point, my kids and my husband were like, you need to just do this, you know. So we took a chance.
And out of that, Mama Shell's was born. And I can personally say that I have had the cookies and they are amazing. If you haven't tried them, we offer them at the gym. Thank you, Mama Shell's, for being a sponsor for the Indiana Lions.
Free throws coming here for Vonnie Irvin, who has had a pretty good game here for the Ohio Kings. It's a 1-point ball game. The Indiana Lions on top of the Kings by 1 here in the latter stages of this fourth quarter. Alongside Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling. It's been a heck of a comeback here by the Lions. And now it's a matter of closing things out if you're head coach Jamar Kegler's squad.
They have to close it out. The Kings just helped them out by missing a free throw. And missed 2 free throws.
Irvin misses both of them. So the Kings certainly laying a lot of opportunities in the lap of the Lions. Pugh gets it into the hands of Campbell. And the reverse, he'll go to the line.
If I'm the Kings, I'm inserting Dylan Ware in ASAP.
Certainly need him soon. Not only has Gerald Campbell been a hot hand, so has Dylan Ware.
What's the stat line look like?
Right now, Dylan Ware has 18 points. Gerald Campbell, 21 points, about to make it 22 here if he can hit this one. And he does.
Okay. He's the high point man for the Lions, huh?
And Gerald Campbell, the longest tenured player here for Indiana Lions in his 4th season. You see Tyrone Brown on the sideline here kind of working some substitutions along with head coach Jamar Kegler.
Yes, he's been involved the whole game.
It is his team. Of course, he was the head coach a season ago.
He's the Jerry Jones of ABA basketball.
Campbell with 2 big free throws. And back the other way.
It's a nice basket by Dominique, number 42.
83-82. Back the other way again. A nice bucket there by
Mr. Whitney.
Lawan Whitney. He now has 4 points.
Okay.
The Lions are keeping things together here over the latter part of this ball game. And meandering his way through, a tough shot by Irvin and another forced turnover. Whitney going behind the back, gets inside. What a play by Whitney. He can't finish, but Mike Pugh is there to make sure.
Yes.
That is what we call backup.
Yes.
Irvin again can't finish. He has had three straight takes and no shots.
So run your offense.
And a stoppage here. And it looks like
what was the call?
Gerald Campbell maybe is along the sideline right now. Looked like he may have gotten poked in the eye. And they're going to tell Gerald Campbell to get off the floor here. Looks like it might be a uniform issue. Maybe got poked in the eye, injury protocol, something. They're going to tell him to see the athletic trainer. He says he's fine, obviously, but official Kenya Jones looking to make sure here. So that'll bring Ware back into the ball game, and they'll also have Alex Brown.
Yes.
Here's Pugh, right down the lane.
Oh, man.
Can't finish. 3 on the way from C.J. Rose. And that was a big three right there for the Kings.
Yes, it was.
That ends the stalemate right there as Ohio hadn't had a shot over the last couple of. Outside Ware, he can shoot the ball if he wants to. And Pugh with a big pull-up from the elbow.
That's very nice. Now they have to get a stop.
Here's Lewis. Gets it inside to Fall, working on Ware. And
nice.
It's tipped up in a fingertip block by Alex Brown. And a timeout.
That's a good timeout.
Going to be taken here by probably Tyrone Brown called that timeout there for the Indiana Lions.
That was a good timeout. So he's calling a timeout right now to settle his guys down so they don't get in a big hurry right now because they're up by 4. And the ball game is in their hands, so to speak.
With how this game has certainly gone, Antoine, a minute and 15 seconds to change up for the Ohio Kings to come back up, get on top if they can.
Yes, that's an eternity when you're talking about pro basketball. You have a 24-second shot clock. So again, if I'm Coach Kegler from the Lions, I'm running my sets. I'm shooting the basketball probably maybe 5 or 6 seconds that's left on the shot clock. I'm trying to use as much clock as possible.
Of course, that means offensive rebounding as well, which has actually been a pretty big bright spot for the Lions in this game.
Yes. So yeah, the Lions they're in the driver's seat right now, but they can't get too comfortable and think Ohio's going to go down without a fight. Ohio's a tough team. They're going to come down and probably try to launch some threes or whatever. So they have to go out there and play solid defense. And when they get the ball on offense, run your set, use the clock.
Again, 22 points here today for Gerald Campbell, but this was a heck of a shot right there for Lawan Whitney.
Yes,
who has really come alive.
He's been very productive.
And then Mike Pugh also coming in clutch with his shot. So here we go with the final 75 seconds here of regulation. The Lions trying to close things out, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Off of their loss on the road just a week ago against Excelsior Springs.
Yes, run the offense.
Pugh, backdoor to Campbell.
Oh, man. That's the oldest trick in the book. You set him up, got him leaning one way.
The backdoor left wide open there for Campbell.
It was.
Full court press now here for the Lions. Inside the final minute. Time winding down here for Ohio, and nearly stolen by Lee. Into the corner, Rhodes for 3, and that's off the mark. Offensive rebound poked out by Campbell, and here's Whitney with it. Outside to Pugh again, and he gets the and one. An insurance policy from the insurance man in Mike Pugh. And that will make things all that much more difficult here for Ohio over this last 34 seconds.
That's a tremendous turnaround.
The Lions trailed by as many as 15 points in this game.
Yes. If you remember Ohio, they was cheering and high-fiving.
But then a man named Gerald Campbell came along.
That's right.
And Pugh with the and one. A heck of a night here tonight, and a heck of a comeback for Indiana.
Yes.
Another block there by Alex Brown. That's his 4th block of the night, pushing it ahead to Ware, and almost an inadvertent alley-oop. And that will be just about it here as Kendrick Lee commits a late foul. This will put Ohio back at the line. The shot clock is off here.
Yes, 9-point ball game now.
And so no foul shots here. The inbound coming in here for Ohio. And that'll be a shooting foul here on Campbell, going for a block.
Yeah, Campbell came way back with that one.
It's Campbell's 4th foul, but that doesn't really mean much at this point.
Uh-huh.
So Vonnie Irwin, Jermaine Major is back at the line. So if things hold true here for Indiana, as they likely will, this will snap a 3-game skid for the Lions, a much-needed victory
So what you want to do if you're the Lions, you want to put your free throw shooters in. They're going to foul.
Going ahead here to Ware.
No, Ware.
And a turnover.
You don't need that.
Final 10 seconds here, 3 on the way, and it goes in there for Major. That makes it now back to a 4-point ball game, and it looks like Ohio's going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, that's not smart by Dylan Ware. He should have got the basketball and pulled it back out.
So Ohio's going to take a timeout to try and discuss this final 3 seconds and some change, and to get a few players subbed in as well.
Yes.
So they're not going to talk about a whole lot. It looks like they know what they need to do. Remember, there is the 4-point field goal rule. They can set up for a half-court shot here if they were trying to be bold, which might be the play here.
Yes. That's the only play.
So the 4-point field goal rule, again, any shot from behind half court is worth 4 points. And there you see lead official Tracy Harris discussing something here with Kenya Jones. And now they'll clarify something here with Coach Lannis Timmons here for the Ohio Kings. And in like manner here with Coach Kegler. And so Coach Kegler telling his players not to rebound here. And off of that, the clock runs to zeros, and that is it. So the Indiana Lions survive. Off of a 15-point comeback, they claim their first win since November 13th. Final score, 94-90. Here on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81. Well, Antoine Wynn, an interesting game to say the least. Your final thoughts here on this one?
I thought this was the best game I've ever seen the Lions play. I thought they were done. They were down by 15. I mentioned to you their body language was poor, but they made some substitutions. The one that stuck out to me was Mr. Jay Wright. When he came in, the momentum changed. Campbell got in the basketball game and started playing the way he's capable of playing, and I thought that made the difference in the basketball game.
He has come from 2 forced turnovers, and Gerald Campbell finishes with 25 points here today. Antoine Wynn, a pleasure working with you here tonight.
Likewise.
Final score once again, the Indiana Lions knock off the Ohio Kings 94-90. For all of us here at the ISC Sports Network, alongside Antoine Wynn, I'm Kurt Darling, saying so long till next time here on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81.
Shot at the buzzer. Got it! She got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot!
Brady, hello! Did it again. Hello! Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kinds of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello! There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, ball ricochets.
Wow.
A huge hit.
Wow.
This has been an amazing display of goal scoring.